Hey guys, Janelle here from JanelleEmma.com, and today I wanted to talk to you about 3 marketing ideas or strategies that you can use to help you automate your business so you've got more time back to yourself and, as they say, more time freedom because you've got things that are becoming automated within your business. So some of these things take a little time to set up, but they are very valuable to you once you have set them up, and then they are there forever. Now, in network marketing, most of us don't get taught marketing strategies as a whole. You know, our companies are trying to do mass training, so they've got to work out a way to train us in a way that suits everybody. You know, there's so many different types of people that come into network marketing. It's really hard to want to tell those people, doesn't matter where they're from, but trying to tell them that they have to learn marketing. A lot of the time that can scare people away. So, you know, yes, marketing is a part of what we do and we have to learn that, but it's something we have to take initiative on and learn for ourselves, or, you know, use some certain tools that are out there that can help you learn it for yourselves in a big way, because usually your network marketing company or your home business company won't show you all of that in the background. You know, they usually just give you the basics and the tactics that you can use within the company itself, but it's not really marketing as a whole. You know, it's not that the full marketing strategies that we need to learn to make ourselves more valuable and automated within our business. Now, if you're thinking about becoming a successful network marketer, like I hope that I'm going to become, you know, a 6 and 7 figure earner, you look at all of those people and they are very automated in what they do. They are very tactful, and they know marketing very well in what they do. So they have done that because they've done years of, they've either become a marketing expert as they've gone along in their network marketing company, or they were in marketing before that and had some experience about marketing as a general profession. So that's why, you know, that can really help you move along within your business. We can't think of marketing as nothing to do with what we do, because it is probably one of the biggest foundations of how you can set yourself up properly for your network marketing company and your business. So there's 3 things I wanted to talk to you about today, and one of those things is posting photos that can be automated and used later on. So you can create different photo albums on Facebook. So this could be on Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be, you know, different platforms that you use. But have a think about creating yourself some different albums within your Facebook page that people can look at as they come into your page and look at the kind of person you are. Now, the reason for this is we know that people are out there stalking our pages. We all do it. You know, if you're trying to connect with new people and you're trying to learn about those new people or those new contacts that you have, one of the first things you do is you look at their bio, their about page, and you look at their photo albums. Now, that is showing what their lifestyle is, what type of things they like, and what type of photos that they like to put up on social media. So if you've got an album up that's, you know, testimonials, success stories, different stories about the products or the, you know, the business that you promote without stating the name, obviously, but if they're ones that are going to create curiosity and they're in a certain album, someone will probably go in there and have a look at that and be flicking through all those different photos with it, you know, the little bit of a description underneath them as to what the photo's about. So this can really help you automate and make people understand what type of business you're in without saying the name of the product or the company. And if they are interested in those types of same things, then they will maybe and hopefully reach out to you to talk to you more about what it is you're promoting, because they can see that it's working for you. They'll be able to see if there's comments below the photos. And if you're doing this weekly, sharing a new photo with some sort of description underneath that's like a success story or a testimonial or a page out of a newsletter within your company, something like that, if you're sharing that and you're saving them into a certain album, then people can look at that over and over again without you having to send information on, you know, just for them to get a little glimpse about what you're doing. So I think that's a really good one. I know I'm going to be doing that for myself, definitely. And I think it's something that we can have there forever and a day, you know, especially if Facebook is around for a long time. Those albums are going to grow and grow and grow if you're adding photos to it 2 or 3 times a week or once a week, you know, and those photos have some sort of a description around it. So a good example of that would be, you know, if you take a photo of one of your products, you're holding it in your hand, or you're holding some sort of supplement or something, and you're obviously not stating the name, you're not stating the product name, but you have some sort of description around that photo, and you save it into the album and then share it into your page or other groups that you're in that are congruent with that, or your own business page, then people can actually come back and look at that. And I think that that's a really good idea. It's something that we can all do that's very easy, and it makes us automated in that way. So, make sure you're doing that consistently though, and weekly, and that it's providing some sort of content and not just the photo. Make sure there's content there to go with it, some sort of a description or exciting success story or testimonial or something to go with that. And you can also reshare those later on. They can be things you can keep reusing later on down the track. They don't have to be something you've only posted once and got 2 or 3 comments on. You could share it into different groups. You can share it back onto your own page again, a few months later or something, to get extra exposure and extra reach for that photo. So I think that's a really good one. Now the other one I wanted to speak to you about is blogging. So we know there are a lot of top earners out there who blog, and no, you don't have to blog, but this is a part of branding yourself, and I actually blog 5 days a week. So all of my live videos that I do then go into YouTube, which is that's another tactic that you can use, is putting them into YouTube. So you've got your own YouTube channel. So really you've got 3 points of contact where people can reach out to you. You've got your Facebook, where you've done a Facebook Live. You've then got your YouTube channel, which you've then uploaded that video onto, and then I put it into a blog post. So that's 3 different areas that people can reach out to me on, and that I can have exposure on. So it's like a triple reach, if you want to call it that. People can reach me in all different ways, and there are some people that don't use Facebook, so they may never see my Facebook Live, or it may get lost in their news feeds. But then if they see my blog post or see something on my YouTube channel, then they've already seen it there as well. It hasn't gotten lost forever and a day. So I think that blogging is very important for branding yourself and for making you a bit more of a higher personality, or someone who's more credible within the industry or in your niche. Someone that people can come to and look up different information and tips and strategies on, because you have a blog that they can go onto for that. And the other thing with blogging is that is your own piece of real estate that can't be taken away from you. So Facebook, they can shut you down at any time, so don't just use Facebook. Same with Instagram or Twitter, they can just shut you down at any time, so don't just put all your eggs in one basket and use only those social media platforms. But if you have your own website and blog, that's your own piece of real estate. It's your branding, that's yours, that you can use over time. And those things that you've put on there, those posts that you've put on your blog, are there forever. So if you get someone coming back to you later on and asking for a certain type of information, they can get it from your blog. You don't have to then repeat yourself over and over again and tell 15 different people the same information, because if you've created a blog post around that or a video around that, you can just share that, which is leveraging yourself big time. And that's just another way to automate yourself, because you've got the information there and you don't have to worry about repeating yourself over and over again, especially if it's to business partners or people looking into the business with you. So I think that's very powerful, and I think that blogging is one way that can really help you move forward within your business if you are wanting to do blogging, and I can help you with that if you want to reach out to me. And the other thing was webinars. So number 3 is webinars, and I find I do webinars all the time for my own business and company. That's just something we do a lot of because it gives me more reach. I have a team in Canada, so it means I can talk to them through webinars and do presentations for their guests for in-home meetings and all that sort of stuff through a webinar, which means that they don't have to feel that they're too scared to invite people, or they don't have to feel that they're too shy to do the presentation themselves, because I can do it for them. They just have to get people to the meetings in their home in Canada, and I'm in Australia, so this is how powerful this can be. And then I've done the presentation for them. They then do the closing at the end. I get off the webinar, they do the closing at the end, and they speak to the people, and then if they want me for third party, I can come back on to the webinar. But also providing webinars to the marketplace and not just your business or company is another big way to get yourself out there for reach and for credibility. And it's another learning marketing strategy that you can use on a monthly basis if you wanted to. So they are very powerful. Webinars are very powerful. And you know, if you're doing in-home meetings or coffee shop meetings or some sort of conference, you might get 5, 10, 100 people there. I mean, 100 people would be good, but have a think about a webinar, how many people you can get on that webinar, especially if you're promoting that webinar through like a Facebook ad and on Instagram promotions and that sort of thing. The reach that you can get for a webinar is incredible, and you can get yourself out there to the world, not just people in your area or not just people that you already have spoken to. Or not just like my Canadian team. I can then reach the world if I do a webinar. So I find that they are very powerful, and they are something that I will be definitely doing in the future, which leads me into my promotion I have at the moment. So I'm actually doing a webinar on the 1st of February, and if you would like to know more about that, please reach out to me. But the webinar is about Facebook Live, because I have been using it and finding really good results from that. So I get on average 3 to 5 leads a day from using Facebook Live, and I now want to do a webinar to teach other people how they can use that too and get consistency with that. With using Facebook Live, and what strategies and tips that I use that can help other people implement into their business as well. So if that's something that does interest you, reach out to me or go to www.janelleemma.com/Facebook Live webinar, and I can, you can get the link there. But reach out to me and we can have a chat a bit more about that, and I can explain to you what the webinar is about more in depth. And yes, it's a free webinar, and if you're in a different time zone, obviously that webinar will have a different time to the time I have on the information, but it doesn't matter, because I can redo that webinar for you if it's something that you really want to look into. And if Facebook Live is something you're a bit scared of, but you know that you want to use that in your business to, fast track and move you forward, then I can help you with that. So please reach out to me for that. And just the other thing with webinars is, it was just more about automating yourself again. So, having a webinar there, you can then, you can do from there is, once you've done the webinar live, you can then upload it again to YouTube, and then obviously it's there as that second reach that people can get it from. But then you can also have it saved somewhere within your website, or somewhere in your email or something that you can post out to people or share with people through like a Skype or a Zoom or something like that, and they can get that recorded webinar then to them if it's about something they're asking about. So, you could do a webinar on attraction marketing. You could do a webinar on how to use social media properly, or how to use Facebook properly, and prospect people on there in a proper way without being, a pushy salesperson, that sort of thing. So I think, and webinars don't have to go for long. They don't have to be 2 hours long. They don't have to be really structured either. They can just be, if you have it live and you've got people on there, you can do a lot of Q&A type stuff. You can have a few slides up to talk about. And it can just be something which is like really an online information session. So it doesn't have to be very perfect and structured if that's not you, or if you're not up to that stage yet. So I think that webinars are very powerful, and I will be doing more of those in the future. So if this was of value to you, please like or share or comment this if it was. Please reach out to me in private message or over email or something if you want to talk about the promotion I'm doing for that webinar. And I'll see you all on the next video.